Welcome to ProjectME, the podcast. I'm your host, Tiffany Carter, the founder of ProjectME, multimillionaire entrepreneur, former TV newscaster, money-making expert, female empowerment speaker, and self-proclaimed office supply addict. My mission is to take the mystery out of making big money. Every week on ProjectME, the podcast, I'll share success tips, strategies, and stories from other entrepreneurs, experts, and millionaires, showing you exactly how you can achieve your most exceptional life. Now let's get to it. Exciting announcement for all of my listeners. I've officially opened my exclusive group, the ProjectME Passive Income Posse, to the public. This group is by application only, so we can keep the group high vibe and spend our time, energy, and expertise only helping those of you who truly want massive success and impact. You get live weekly trainings from me, special guest coaches, and direct access to me and my business partner for all of your questions. To learn more and apply, go to projectmewithtiffany.com, click on Work With Me, and select ProjectME Posse. And of course, any questions, feel free to DM me at ProjectME with Tiffany. Welcome to the podcast and posse, ProjectME with Tiffany Carter. I'm your host, Tiffany, and I am going to help you answer this question for yourself and your business today of Facebook and Instagram advertising, how to know when it's time to advertise, if you should be, how you should go about it, all of those things for those of you who have never done it, or maybe you tried it once, maybe for an event or something you did and it didn't go well, or you even tried to, set up a business manager and you got so overwhelmed once you were in there. Let's clear this all up today so this doesn't end up being some other story you start telling yourself of, I'm never going to be successful at selling my coaching services or in network marketing or in my courses or my book unless I figure out this advertising thing. Let's take that away today and help you guys get some clarity. All right. I feel that some of the best ways to get clarity are through asking the right questions, because when you ask the right questions, you get the right answers. And answers are what lead us to being more clear on what we need to do with our lives, our business, whatever it may be. And I'm a master at asking those kinds of questions. So get ready to answer these. The first question I want to ask you guys to determine if you are ready now to start advertising in your business, Facebook and Instagram ads, any kind of digital ad, Pinterest ads, now there's LinkedIn promoted ads, any kind of social media ads, even Google advertising, okay? Digital ads. If you are ready to take on the risk and if it's even necessary at this point in your business. First question is, do you have proof of concept that people actually want to pay for your product or services? What I mean by that is your current audience buying from you already? And I don't mean they bought one necklace or you've sold one coaching package or maybe you filled a group program with 5 people. I'm talking consistently. When you put an offer out there, you're going to get sales. I'm not saying you're necessarily going to get sales where it's tens of thousands of dollars yet, but for sure you're going to get sales. And maybe even you're at the point where you're going to have $30,000 launches, $50,000, even $100,000 launches organically, because there's people who have all different size audiences and who are at all different levels of entrepreneurship who listen to this show. So it's really all relative, whether you're just starting, you're 5 years in, you're 11 years in like me, who knows? But that's really the question. Are people buying your shit? Okay. Without you advertising. If no one is buying your stuff or it's a hit or miss, I do not want you wasting money on advertising. And I say the word waste because it will be a waste. Ads do not miraculously make people buy your stuff. There is some kind of crazy fantasy thinking that goes on with especially online entrepreneurs or people wanting to get customers from the internet. is that if I use Facebook or Instagram ads, miraculously, I'm going to have tons of people buying from me while I sleep. No. If the people aren't already buying from you in your warm audience organically and consistently, ads are not going to make them buy. What this tells me is if people aren't buying from you already organically, is that you need to focus on further refining your niche, your product, your offering, your wording, and your strategy organically first. You are just going to waste a ton of money if you go to ads. It's just not going to make up for it. All it's telling you when people aren't buying and they're not buying consistently is you've not narrowed it down enough. You're not hitting that emotional marker enough with people. You're not doing enough to solve their issue or help relieve some of their pain or their discomfort. It's just not translating. So you need to go back and really look at everything and refine. I have refined so much. But before the point of me launching my first course under the brand ProjectME with Tiffany Carter, I've launched courses before for many, many clients, large companies, Fortune 500 companies, but under the ProjectME with Tiffany Carter brand, my first course I'm launching is in January of 2020. The reason is because I follow my own method that I know that works. I wanted proof of concept. So now I know anything I put out there that I'm selling, I'm guaranteed buyers and not one or two. I make tens of thousands of dollars, $50,000, $100,000. I know that I have narrowed down my niche. I know the voice that my people like to be spoken to. I know their pain. I fully understand my ideal client, Sally Sandabs, how she talks, how she thinks, how she wants to learn, the things she hates, the things she loves. And that's taken time. And I've been patient with it. And it's taken me, I would say it'd be fair to say, a solid year. That's my choice. Could I have moved that along a lot faster? Absolutely. But remember, I have an entire another business that I run. And that multi-million-dollar business requires quite a bit of my time. And I choose to do things in a fashion where I don't compromise my health like I've done in the past. So could I have gotten to this proof of concept within 6 months? Absolutely. And you can too. Everyone has different energy levels, different time constraints, right? Many of you listening probably don't have another company and don't have a bunch of assets to manage. But a lot of you listening have kids, have other things going on. Maybe you have a chronic illness that you manage, which I have a chronic condition I manage as well. So everyone is different. But I'm just telling you, for me, I knew realistically it was going to be 6 months to a year for me to nail that proof of concept. So if you're not there yet, it's okay, right? But you need to go back and focus on it. And if you're stuck, that's when you go and you hire a top business coach like me or someone else you resonate with in order to get that clarity, get that messaging down, that wording down, that strategy down, and really nail it. That's what I would rather you invest your money in versus throwing it out into the wind with Facebook or Instagram ads. All right. Number 2, in terms of questions, okay, you're asking yourself, and I'm asking you, obviously, on the show. Well, God knows what you guys are doing right now. Love you. Okay. Do you have a proven advertising customer conversion plan in place for how you're going to take strangers from the internet from seeing your Facebook ads into buying your offer? So if in my first question you said, Tiffany, I know I'm selling, my people want my stuff, I'm consistently selling, I've got it down, I know my ideal customer, I have proof of concept. Okay, awesome, that's great. Now, do you have an actual plan in place of how you are going to take any paid ads into buying customers? Because now you're going after people who aren't warm to you anymore. What I mean by warm audience are the people who follow you on Instagram, the people who message you on Facebook, right? They're familiar with you. They watch their stuff. You converse with them. People on your email list, those are still warm people. People who have bought your stuff before, those are warm people. Your podcast listeners, if you have a podcast, those are warm people. Your blog readers, okay? If you have a YouTube channel, those are all warm people. But you're going after new people, new eyes, right? That's why it's not organic. You want new people. You want fresh meat. Well, you're a stranger to these people unless you're someone who is somewhat well-known. Are you a Brene Brown? Are you a Mel Robbins? Are you someone who is more well-known? Or are you someone who's really well-known actually in your niche? Maybe I wouldn't know you, for example, but in your particular niche, you're very well-known. If that's the case, kudos to you, right? Because your ads are going to convert better. But in any rate, you still need to have a conversion plan in place. So what in the hell are you going to do? A lot of people also go into fantasy thinking about this. They think they put a cute ad. They're like standing there with a laptop and holding a glass of champagne. And then they write a nice little like ad copy, a little caption. And then people are just going to convert while you're sleeping or you're at the gym or something. No, you have to understand something. When you use Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Pinterest ads, those kind of things, it does not convert if it's a mid or a high ticket offer. If you have what I call our guilty buys, and that's what they're called in the industry too. And I do a lot of this for passive income, so I can speak very well on this, where you guys, I'm sure you've seen on Facebook and Instagram, you'll have like a trendy item. Maybe it is a really cute hat that has a hole in the back for your ponytail, and it's $9.99, like $9.99. And there's really cute like Instagram influencers wearing the hat, and they do a cute video of putting their pony in there, and then they show you a bunch of different colors that comes in, and you click and it's $9.99. You don't need to know who the company is, as long as, their website and their ad quality, is good. But you'll buy it because you want that hat. It's so cute. You're going to buy it. This can also work for price points. I would say you're even pushing it at $29, but I have had it work, especially in the jewelry area. But it needs to be so freaking on trend, like those stack necklaces or something like that. And you're really going after a niche. Maybe you're going after people who are super into yoga and meditation. So there's a lotus flower, or there's something else that's like completely on brand for that niche. And now that's, $27.99. People don't necessarily care who the company is, as long as the website looks, very high end and the ads look high end. And nothing is janky about the buying experience, then they'll buy. Okay. But if you start going, which most of you want to use ads for higher ticket things. So you have courses, even if it's a $99 course, $199, $299 and up, you will not have strangers buy this from just an ad. You can't just do an ad and it go right to $199 course. Am I saying you won't get a sale at all if you try that? I'm not saying that you won't get one at all. It'll be so expensive for you to convert, and you might get one or two conversions, and you spent so much money on doing those ads that it's a wash, or you lost money. And listen, I've been doing Facebook advertising since they came out, you guys. Since the beginning, where there were penny clicks for ad conversion. You could convert ads for $3. I've been doing them since the beginning. So I know what I'm talking about. I have a regular budget that ranges between $60,000 and $100,000 of other people's money that we run through my other business in ad budgets per month. Okay, so I've made a lot of mistakes with other people's money. I've had a lot of big wins with other people's money. I know what I'm talking about, is my point. And I just don't want to see you guys waste any money, because I'm not about that life. So you need to have a plan in place. How in the hell are you going to build trust and build interest from strangers? Are you going to have your ads go to a free training? Are your ads go to a free ebook? Are your ads going to go to a free training series? And then at the end of the series, you're upselling them to a course? Are your ads going to go to a 5-day free challenge? And then during, the end of the challenge, the last 4 or 5 days, you're upselling them to a course or to coaching with you or to some kind of service. That's what I'm talking about. I know you want it to be straightforward, because don't we all? It's just like, just buy the damn thing already. But it just doesn't work, and you'll waste so much money. If you don't have that in place, okay, you don't have that advertising conversion plan in place, but you have proof of concept. Again, if you're stuck and it's something you don't know how to do, don't guess with things that involve a lot of money. Hire someone, again, who is an expert at this. Enlist in a business coach like myself or someone else who you're highly drawn to, who's very experienced in this type of conversion and has had a lot of success. Take that guesswork out. And if you really are stubborn, yeah, you can go to Google University, but you're going to get overwhelmed really quickly, because you can line up 25 people who are experienced in Facebook advertising, and each one's going to have a different answer. It's just how it is. All right. Third question is this. Are you willing to be patient and gamble with at least $100 a week? Okay. And I mean gamble, like Las Vegas gamble. All advertising is a gamble. I don't care if you're Coca-Cola. I don't care if you're Amazon. I don't care if you're Toyota. All ad campaigns are a gamble. Even if you ran the same holiday campaign last year. This is what I'm going through with my pharma, medical, and health supplement clients. This is what we do this time of year. It's a huge time of year, right? Especially for advertising, for buyers. And we have meetings starting in September going, okay, we ran this campaign using a talking reindeer, okay? In 2018, and it was successful. Do we want to rerun that campaign for this year? And I say the same damn thing to every client every time. Well, we've had proof that worked in 2018 very well. And therefore, it is more of a guarantee it'll work again, but it is not a slam dunk. So I would still say to them, we're still going to test it. We're not going to all of a sudden start spending $5,000 a week. We're going to test and make sure that people are still liking that ad. Trends change. Sometimes certain things catch on, like with the talking animal thing. Sometimes when things work really well in advertising, all the big companies start doing it, and now it's not so unique anymore. So just because it worked one year, that doesn't mean it works the next year. So we still have to test. It is all a gamble. I mean, look at the scandals that have happened. I think it was this year with the Pepsi ad. I think it was Kylie Jenner. One of the Kardashian people was in it. It was Kendall Jenner was in it. And it was very controversial. They were pushing the line, right? Because in advertising, you push the line. They pushed it too far. It was a total flop. And they spent tens of millions of dollars on this thing. And they used a top-notch, big money, New York City advertising firm. And once again, it is not a guarantee. So you have to be willing to gamble at $100 a week. And I say $100 a week because that's probably the lowest you can spend to really test and get results. Any lower, it's going to take you more time to test. And in essence, you'll end up spending more. So it's a gamble. So this is what I do. Because most people, when I get to this question, they go, well, God, I have proof of concept. I do have an idea of how I want to advertise. Like maybe I want to send people to my really great 5-day challenge that my warm audience has been proven to love. So I want to send them there, and then I'll upsell them from there. Okay, that's great. You have a plan. You're confident about it. All right, let's go for it. And then when I say, are you willing to gamble with at least $100 a week? It's like, well, I don't really want to gamble. I mean, I want to know that I can at least break even. It's like, well, wouldn't we all love that? I would love to know that I could break even on every ad I do. Don't you think all the people who advertise during the Super Bowl would love to know that? How about all my people listening who've had live events? Wouldn't you love to break even from live events? Did you guys know most live events put most entrepreneurs many of thousands of dollars in the hole? It's very hard to make money at live events. You have to sell something else at your live event in order to make that cash. So with advertising, you have to be willing to gamble. So this is what I do for my brain. I'm such a hardcore Virgo, INFJ, Enneagram 6. I'm not a huge risk taker, which is so funny because it's like, you're an entrepreneur. How are you not a risk taker? I am a risk taker, but I'm not like, oh, F it. I'm just going to go do it. I'll go for it. I'll be able to sleep at night. This is exciting. That's not me. I'm a calculated risk person. I'm actually quite conservative for an entrepreneur. So I create an advertising fund, almost like a gambling fund, like a Vegas fund. So I will start putting money away, and you guys can do this too. $10 here, $100 there, or maybe you coach a client and you're like, okay, the entire amount from coaching this person, I'm going to put in my Facebook ads fund. And it has to be an amount you're willing to lose, because you will lose money before you win. Hear this. You will lose money before you win. You just will. It's going to happen. And I don't want you guys to be in that scarcity, paranoid mindset where you're now glued to your Facebook ads manager and you're like, why isn't this converting? I don't have a conversion yet. Because you put that energy out there, then you won't have a conversion. You really have to have the attitude of, I'm truly experimenting. This is my experimenting fund with my ads. And that doesn't mean you just are going to waste it and you're like, okay, this ad didn't work and it's been 3 days and nothing's converted. Well, if nothing's converted and it's been 3 days, then we need to tweak the ad, right? You need to be testing a bunch of different ad sets. So I just want you guys to start looking at it in this way. I wanted to give you like the TIFF style reality approach with this. I know some of you are probably irritated right now because I just burst your fantasy bubble of, once I have money to start doing Facebook ads, I'll just be like making so much money in my sleep. Was that little more of the truth back in the day when Facebook ads started? Yes, that is not how it works at all now. Not at all. So it is better if you have that attitude of, okay, this is my gambling fund. I certainly don't want to lose this money. I want to make money off it. But if I do lose it in the beginning, while I'm learning and testing and figuring out what is my actual winning audience, what are the images that convert the best? What kind of ad copy? What kind of headline converts the best? Maybe it's your actual sales page that's making it not convert. And you're sending people to a sales page, or, you know, your sales page for your free offers, right? Maybe it's that's not converting. And once they get there, they're like, oh, this doesn't look worth it. And they click off. You can see all of that when you set up your Facebook ads. So at least this way, you know what it is you have to continue to refine. A lot of entrepreneurs aren't sharing with you, the digital entrepreneurs who are at my level or have even far surpassed that in digital sales. They don't always share how much money they've actually spent in order to find their winning audience, their winning images, their winning copy, their winning headlines, which sales pages and in what order does it convert, which colors convert the best, which font. A lot of them don't share how much money they've spent on that. Now, once you find it and you put gasoline on that fire, you will make all of your money back tenfold, but you have to be willing to be experimenting with all of that with real live money until you get there. And it can be very uncomfortable. That's why I suggest you start a fund right now. Even if you're doing it in a jar, I don't care. Start a fund. Look at it like Vegas fund, a vacation fund, however you have to look at it. All right. If you guys loved this episode and my take on Facebook, Instagram, any sort of digital ads whatsoever, will you guys do me a favor? I am trying to get to 200 5-star written iTunes reviews by Thanksgiving. I think we're getting close to like 180. I haven't looked in a couple days. Please, please, please go do that. It takes 90 seconds. I would so much appreciate it. I really want to hit this goal. And this also helps other people find the show. This helps keep the show going. And if you guys want to say thank you for all the high value information I give you, that would be a huge thanks. I love the shout outs too on social media when you tag me. That's awesome too. Please do the review though. Please. You don't want to have to see me beg. It's not pretty. All right, you guys, wishing you great health, wealth, and worth as always. Talk to you soon. If you enjoyed this podcast, please write a 5-star review on iTunes. Not only will this make me super happy, but it will allow more listeners to find our special show. Simply help me help others.